All right, and just like that, we are back with a second video for today to pretty much get you guys prepared to take on whatever challenge it is that we are given literally in less than probably like, I don't know, 13, 14 hours, something like that. There's leaks that we have to go over in this video and also information that I need to tell you so that way you guys can be full on ready, because now there is no if, ands, or buts about it. We're pretty much talking concrete information now, so let's waste no more time and get right into this. Now, if you guys missed my video from earlier on today, we talked a little bit about obviously the fabulous rod that we've been talking about quite literally for probably like the last week or two. And very briefly, I also talked to you guys about the Nico's yarn caster. Now, I mentioned to you guys that was more than likely going to be coming on November 8th. I didn't really think it was going to be coming as soon as potentially tomorrow, but it looks like that might be the case. So let's transition over to the Fisch Discord and I'll explain to you guys why. All right, so here we are inside of the official Fisch Discord, specifically the leaks channel. And as you guys can see, give or take about 2 hours ago, Nick went ahead and posted 2 images inside of here. The first image that we're taking a look at is this one right here. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is kind of an interesting approach because in case you guys aren't aware, this is basically the calm zone. To be a little more specific, it is basically this area right here. If we go ahead and just stand right here and look up, that is basically where it is. Well, actually, it's not exactly here. If we jump across and then maybe if we stand right about here, that's more like it. Okay, maybe not even there. Maybe if we stand over here instead. Okay, that's more like it. So this is quite literally where the screenshot was taken. Here's the interesting part about this though. The catwalk that is on the top there has always been there. What hasn't been there always is sort of like these crystals. At least I don't think they are. Again, if we're looking at it from this perspective, yes, there is that crystal right there, but next to the tree, there technically is no other crystal. Even if I look at this from a different angle, there is literally no other crystals up there. Now, as far as how to get up there, it's never really been much of a secret. Again, it's also never really been a topic because there technically is nothing to do up there. But if you climb over to this side, I don't really know what to reference. Right there is the ethereal rod. We're basically right across from it. All you have to do is just really climb up this peak right here, jump across with these new gliders. It's honestly even easier to do. And then you just climb up this corner right over here. Eventually, you'll jump over and there you go. You're up on the catwalk. It's never really been much of a secret on how to get up here. But as you can see, there's quite literally nothing going on up here. On the flip side though, I am noticing these crystals here. But even still, those crystals don't even look the same because those are right over here on this side. Anyways, the point is that you guys need to have access to the calm zone. I mentioned this because there is a huge influx of new players that literally probably have no idea where exactly I'm at right now. Keep in mind, you do need to complete Mariana's Veil in order to actually get here. And this is quite literally the very last room that you get to. I have a full guide on how to get to this point on my channel. It's a very old video. All you have to do is just search up on YouTube like Fisch Mariana Veil Carbon Meister and you'll get the full guide video right there. It'll explain to you how you get from literally the start all the way to the end. So with that being said, this is more than likely going to be the location. Again, this is just full on my theory, but my guess is that this is probably where the fabulous rod is going to be, or something related to the actual quest itself. I know it's a bit of a bummer. I know that a lot of people don't actually like coming here. Just remember that if you purchase the traveler's whistle from the traveling merchant, you can go ahead and just sort of instantly teleport to the calm zone for about 200k. So yeah, not really all that cheap, but you can make it here pretty instantly. Also, not 100% sure why I have Challenger's Deep unlocked, but I have Volcanic Vents locked, and why I have Calm Zone, but not Abyssal Zenith. This is incredibly confusing. I don't even understand how that happens, but we carry on. So that first image, interesting. Obviously, in some way, I feel like this is going to be connected to the fabulous rod. It also sort of makes sense, you know, color-wise. But let's get into the really interesting one, which is the Nico's yarn caster. As you can see, here we have the second image that was posted, which is very clearly the music venue. We talked about this literally in the previous video. I told you guys it's time that the music venue gets a little bit of love. Ever since the removal of all of the dev rods, it's literally missing something. Now for this one, you're obviously going to have to make your way over to the depths. We've already explained this a bunch of times, but in case this is the first time that you're watching one of my videos where I'm sort of breaking all of this down, you make your way inside of the depths. Remember, in order to enter inside of here, it's very simple. I also have a full guide on how to do that on my channel. channel. Just look up Fish Full Depth Guide Carbon Meister. You'll literally have a full guide of that as well. But if you want me to sort of speed run right through it, find yourself a whirlpool that has a water spout coming out of it. Go inside of that. Once you've entered, you're inside of Vertigo. Complete the entire index for Vertigo. Get yourself a giant key. Use the giant key at the very bottom of Vertigo so that way you can open up the giant door that then leads you into the depths, cross the obstacle, and then congratulations, you've made it to depths. I think I made like a whole 15-minute video, but I explained it in about 30 seconds there. But hey, go watch that video. Anyways, we carry on. So here we are. The merchant is right over here. We're going to travel in this direction. For those of you that already have depths unlocked, you are in for quite the treat, my friend, because next you need to unlock the music venue if you are just returning for maybe this update. As you can see right over there is the entrance to the maze and the NPC where you would put the enchant relic to open up the hatch. We're going to get up on top of this catwalk and travel all the way to the very end where the tunnel is. As soon as you enter to that tunnel, you will appear in good old Crystal Cove, by far the most beautiful place in the entire game. Now, wait a minute. I'm ruining the moment here. Performance mode is turned on. As I was saying before, oh my God, look at the rod now, bro. That is crazy. Like I was saying, welcome to Crystal Cove, the most beautiful place in all of Fish. But don't let it fool you because you cannot touch the water here. Do not have an incident like myself. Once you arrive here, if you've never entered in, you need to make sure that you get your hands on a chaotic enchant relic. To obtain this, there is quite literally one way for you to do that, and that is by putting the chaotic enchant on your rod. I believe it's like an 8% chance to be able to get chaotic on an enchant relic. So much of luck to you. But hey, let's say that you went ahead and got your hands on it. You'll just come back over here, put the enchant relic on this pedestal right here, and then congratulations, you have officially opened the music venue hatch, which is located right behind it. Jump inside, and now you are inside of the magical underground music venue as an earthquake begins and ruins my entire scenery. Now, coming back to the screenshot, there's something really specific. It's obvious that he's showing us the underground music venue here, and I don't really think that that was sort of the premise. The main thing that I feel like was pointed out here is sort of the little cat bowl, or I guess like dog bowl down here. In the game right now, you will actually find this bowl right here. It's not something that's just added or something like that. But this obviously has no meaning whatsoever in connection with the fabulous rod. On top of that, if we come back over here to the leaks channel, you'll notice that right after that, he put a cat emoji, where then to follow it up a couple of minutes later, one of the programmers went ahead and replied and said meow. Besides all of this, as I showed you guys in my video earlier, there was talks about the yarn caster making it into the game. I personally never thought that it would be this soon, but it's definitely exciting to see that. And the craziest part about this is that apparently there's multiple rods that are being added tomorrow. So technically we know of now 2. So there could be more than just these 2. I don't know if you guys were around during the time. I'm sure some of you OGs or the ones that like stuck around during like the dark times of Fish are probably running to the comment section right now and are like, yeah, Carbon, I was here, bro. But yeah, at one point, this entire room was full of NPCs that were all either staff members, QA members. There was a good variety of different people that were involved in the game or had some type of involvement. And every single one of them provided their own unique rod. This is obviously a thing of the past now because all of them have had timers over their head. The timer have ran out and they've left for good. With obviously the most heartbreaking one to a lot of you guys being the Polaris Serenade. Well, it looks like that's finally making a comeback, and we're going to be getting a little bit more attention inside of the music venue, which is super exciting. But I do want to point out that majority of the time, whenever they do add NPCs inside of here that give out these rods, they are majority of the time limited time. I would say that pretty much anything that you find inside of this venue, consider it limited time or in some way exclusive. Like for example, the Sanguine Spire that spawns right over here. You can only get that to spawn during a limited time, which is obviously during a admin corruption event. Every single one of the other guitar rods, they were also inside of here. Even at one point, the Onirifaux, aka Nick's NPC, was actually inside of this venue, and he was moved out to the outside where he is now located, which should be a clear indication that it's probably never going to go limited. But the point is that I would focus up on whatever spawns inside of here during this weekend. Obviously, you're going to have probably extended amount of time. I think that the first rods were here for like 2 months or something like that. I don't really remember, but you'll definitely have plenty of time to be able to get your hands on it. And if it ever does decide to leave, you'll also know with plenty of time in advance. Moral is, man, you guys need to lock in for these next 24 hours, 48 hours. Start unlocking all of these zones so you're prepared and you can actually get started on these probably really extensive quests, which I'm not gonna lie to you, man. A lot of you are probably like, Carbon, you need to shut up, because honestly, earlier today, you made me start chasing after the sunken rod, and now you've given me a task to do 2 other things. And I'm just gonna say, I'm sorry, bro. Like, there's something I can do about it. I mean, I'm not making this stuff. I'm just telling you about it. Imagine all the people that don't watch my video that have to figure out about this tomorrow morning. This is why you should watch Carbon Meister, #1 source for all your information. Either way, man, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. It is sort of just a quick one. I did tell you guys earlier that I would make a follow-up if we got any types of leaks. Remember, we'll more than likely be doing this all live tomorrow, so make sure that you guys swing by. I'll be live 1 hour before the update drops, and then we'll be live for probably a couple of hours after that. And then, of course, following shortly after that, I will have a full guide video breaking everything down for you. So as always, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.